Cappucino lets you animate objects just by grabbing them and moving them around over a certain period of time when the timeline is playing. So to access Cappucino, you just press here and the Cappucino window pops up. You can, if you click single keyframe, you can add a single keyframe on position, scale, or rotation. And if you click start real time, that's when you start recording. So if you click start time and select the object, choose the move tool and start moving the object, you'll see that keyframes are made over the duration of the timeline. If you play the animation, this is how it'll look. So let's press Ctrl Z to go back, and you can choose the range of how many frames you can record on. So here it's project, so it will record from 0 to 90. You can also choose preview, which is this bar here, where you can shorten the bar, and that's your preview from 0 to 46. That's the only frames that will be taken into account in adding keyframes. And you can also choose render, where you can specify in the render settings here how many frames, let's say all frames, and reduce them to 56. So it will record from 0 to 56 frames. Now you can also specify manually how many frames you want to record on by choosing user. So from 0 to, let's say, 44. Let's put it back to project. And if start at current time is checked, that means wherever your playhead is, that's when the recording starts. So if you stop the real time and start real time again, and if you start moving, you'll notice that keyframes start from here. Press Ctrl Z to go back. Rewind time, whenever the playhead reaches the end of the timeline, that's when it goes back to wherever it was before at the start of the recording. And you can here choose what to animate. So here position is checked, scale is checked, and rotation is checked. So you can animate a scale. If you go back to the beginning, you can animate scale not the way you think. So if you just choose the scale tool and stop real time and start real time again and start scaling the object up and down, you'll see that there are keyframes for scale, but if you play the animation, nothing changes. So that's because, let's go back, press Ctrl Z, that's because you have to change the animation to object here, and then do it again, stop the real time and then start real time again. Now if you scale the object, you'll see if you play the animation, the scale is recorded. Let's Ctrl Z again. PLA is point level animation. So for example, let's delete the figure and create a sphere, make it editable, go into the point mode and choose the brush selection. Now if you select some points, you can animate those points if PLA is checked. And let's stop the real time and start real time again. Now if you go to the move tool and move these points, you'll see keyframes have been added to these to control these points. So if you play the animation, these points will be moved. Hierarchy, if hierarchy is checked, if the object has other objects as children, keyframes will be added to those objects as well. And that's how you use Cappucino.